When I was 19, I had a 3 foot long blood clot in my leg from the base of my calf all the way up to my hip. I was laying in a hospital bed, 19 years old. This is while I was obese. I couldn't walk, and the blood clot had gotten my lungs. I couldn't breathe. It was like breathing through a coffee stirrer. And I was literally on a monitor because if that clot moved to my heart, they were going to have to come and crash cart me. Because a blood clot through the heart kills you. Okay? I was 19 years old. I'm literally laying in a hospital in my bed thinking to myself, is this how I'm going to die? This is how it ends. Was the 52-ounce Mountain Dew worth this? When I wasn't able to breathe and I wasn't able to walk, Justin, I cannot tell you how much I just wanted to breathe and how much I just wanted to walk. Justin, when I was in a bed for a week, when I got up and I walked, brother, I was almost moved to tears. And the only reason I wasn't is because I was a moody teenager who didn't fully appreciate it at the time.
Sure.
But let me tell you this. You are not going to treasure something until you can't do it.
Yeah.
Don't let it get there.
Yeah.
Don't get to a place where you can't walk and you wish you could, or you can't breathe and you wish you could, or you can't see and you wish you could. Because bad health decisions, yes, they do go.
All right, welcome to the 600 Pound Down podcast. I'm Coach Justin along with Coach George. This is super great to be here today. We're excited. We're actually recording here on a weekend, man. We're taking some time to make sure that you get some great content. So yeah, it's been really good. It's been a really busy Saturday today. I didn't make it to the gym this morning. I went for a walk with my wife this morning, and I also did some cleaning. I probably, maybe 5,000 steps cleaning. I don't know.
Let's go.
It was.
Let's go. That's productive.
It was productive. It was very much needed, especially at my office right here. I do my recording. You see my wife. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, my wife George is part of this. She came in like, you need some spice up in this place, and so she brought some pumpkin and all the other stuff in there.
Pumpkin spice, cider spice. We're like the Spice Girls, really.
Should I edit that out? I mean, we're Spice Girls. I don't know Spice Girls.
We don't edit. No, we don't edit up in here.
We really don't.
We don't edit. It goes out to all the people on the interwebs.
I don't think we ever edited our stuff. I think we just kind of free throw it.
Well, really, we're like, yeah, we're raw and authentic, and on the other side of the coin is like, bro, we don't have time.
True story, man. So yeah, when we don't get together, George and I don't really do a podcast every week. We kind of maybe do one or two a month. And so it's been, when we get together, we start, I don't know, we talk a lot before we get on, and it's hard to stay on topic sometimes. So George, we're going to try. But I want to say a couple things that has happened over the course of the last couple of days. My man here has started his own unique podcast, man. I want you to explain a little more about that to our audience today.
So I am very much as passionate as I am about health and fitness. I am equally as passionate about theology. I read a lot. As you can see, I got my bookshelf behind me. And I was telling Justin, I got another stack of books over here. I got to find a bookshelf for.
Showing off.
Well, Scott, these are all free books. Scott Linden, if you ever listen to this podcast, man, I appreciate you. But really what it is, it's called Confessional Fitness. I'm a Reformed Baptist Christian. I adhere to a lot of historic things, and I am passionate about finding these two worlds and how they coexist. How does my faith influence my health and fitness? And so that's the whole basis of the podcast. The whole basis of the podcast is with becoming more like Jesus, Sunday, Sabbath, and eating what God has created. And so we do deep dive into that stuff. I would encourage you, if you're interested in Christianity, if you are a Christian, you don't really know how your faith really coexists and coincides with your health and fitness, I would encourage Confessional Fitness. Dropped the trailer and the first episode, just explain what the podcast is and whatnot. And I am looking to upload a podcast episode once a week, and it's just me, so it's not very long. You can listen to it on a commute. I don't think it's ever going to be longer than 30 minutes.
That's unheard of. You hold up. You talk so much on that, but you can't talk that long on there. Come on,
bro. No one wants to listen to me for 45 minutes. You kidding me?
I mean, I get
myself into trouble if I start talking on my own for 45 minutes.
No, it's cool. I actually started listening to it a little bit. I was talking to him. He sent it to me the other day. It's on Spotify, so I was listening to it. I'm like, yeah, man, this can jive well with the Christian community and also with the fitness community. They kind of coincide together. I think you said you were inspired by one of our friends. It's Matt Gay, right? He does the Fit Church.
Yeah, Matthew Gay. He does Fit Church United. Had him on back in April, and honestly, ever since that point, he really had an impact on me personally about how faith and fitness really coexist and work together. And in my sphere of Christianity and a lot of like-minded guys, there's really a resurgence of getting healthy and stewarding your body well and working out. And jiu-jitsu is a thing. I'm prepping an episode for Confessional Fitness about how can a Christian do martial arts without getting into all the Eastern mysticism, hocus pocus stuff. So like working through that. But yeah, Matthew was pivotal in the creation of this and just how I see health and fitness in my own life. And I'm like, maybe there might be one other person that would want to listen to this too. So yeah, it's on Spotify. Confessional Fitness, definitely my rock star metal vibe is really coming through on the album art that you get on Confessional Fitness.
I did see that. It's definitely
all George.
I love it. No, it's cool, man. So yeah, guys, check out the episodes if you're interested in going a little further with faith and fitness together. It's a good opportunity for you to listen in and hear some stuff from George. And I told him the only way he could continue this podcast is if he lets me on once in a while. Just kidding. I'm just inviting myself. I'll just show up.
You have every right to do that.
I love it. So yeah, really good. Definitely, he's going to drop a link in the Facebook group, and also if you guys are interested, you can send a message out if you have any questions. But I'll also put it in the show notes here, so we have that available too. So again, it's kind of another chapter with what we do here, and there's really. The truth is, we don't have competition on this. It's simply just, hey, another avenue to reach people, to help people become healthier. I have Energize Health I work with. Energize Health's I'm a success coach with them, and we just started some new stuff with our graduates. So I coach people through that. We're starting a podcast with Energize Health, where it's actually a lot. But here's the thing. We all have the same vision, and that's to help people. And that's what it's going to take. So I don't care what y'all do, as long as it honors God, number one, and secondly, as long as it's going to really help people. That's where we're at. Speaking of helping people.
Yes.
George and I had something, it's actually going with our episode today. At 600 pounds down, we've done this thing for a little bit. We've had some great success with individuals who chose to join us. We've had some great opportunities to really speak into the lives of people and equip people. Just reminded George yesterday, and reminded myself, not yesterday, the other day, and myself the other day, that, man, we're coaches, and sometimes there's moments in our lives where we feel like, are we really making a difference? Does it really matter what we do? And the truth is, man, we're going to lead the way if one person hears or 100 people hear. And it doesn't matter. Like, we're the examples. We're setting that example. We're trying to be the hey, follow this. You can find these results. As long as it helps people, man. So we've been kind of doing this thing for a while, and we never really had a strategy or a plan in place to really show people how to get there, how to reach success. Because honestly, success is all over. Success is different in every eye and every beholder. Every person has their own unique journey. So when you come up with a strategy, you kind of have to be across the board. It has to be something that's universal but not universal, if that makes sense. Yet universal. So there's pillars you can develop, or steps you can take, or whatever you want to call it. So George and I have come up with a 10-pillar journey for individuals that really covers 10 particular areas of people's lives. And George had the idea. I showed him it yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, I love this. This is great." We may tweak here and there a little bit, but the foundations are there. And I don't know about you, George, but if you don't have a strong foundation, you're most likely not going to thrive. And as soon as something comes up that shakes you, you're about ready to throw in a towel. I don't know about have you? I'm sure you've experienced that in your life.
Today. Experienced that today.
Interesting.
Last 2 days at work have been quite the whirlwind. We are going through some massive, massive changes in structure, scheduling, responsibilities. And let's just be honest, Jay, people don't handle change well. You know, I don't care who you are. I don't care how well you think you do. We don't like it. People don't like change. And so
unless it's like coins.
Unless it's coin or money. Money's good. We like money.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I don't.
Sorry, I digress. Anyway. I'm sorry.
But seriously, a lot of stress today. Super, super busy. I live in New York. It's about 80 degrees. I'm a butcher. I'm selling steaks, pork chops, you name it, ribs. So people were all over that today. All over it. I was selling 10, 15 pounds of ground beef a pop to people today. Like, I'm back there almost every 45 minutes grinding half a cow. And I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm tired, man. Like, I'm tired. I was telling my coworker, I'm just going to go home and just eat a frozen pizza. Like, I'm done. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I have some lean beef in the fridge. I got some brown rice and quinoa. We're not going to do that.
Can I just say something? All right, guys. Y'all don't know. George and I text off, when we're back and forth with each other throughout the week. And this is an ongoing thing. Brother can eat a bunch of food. Okay, so here's the thing with George. He can go ahead and have a pizza, yes. But he can have just as many calories, if not more, in beef and rice and quinoa if he wanted to, and still get satisfied. Like what, 1,600 calories, something like that in a meal?
Well, I'm cutting it back. It's 1,000 now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get it wrong?
So 680 calories worth of lean ground beef and then 440 calories worth of brown rice and quinoa.
Because here's the thing, guys, if you're listening in on this and you're like, that's a lot of calories, I can't believe he's not fat. Well, the truth is, he's actually doing a different type of program. He's actually worked with our one of our past guests, Adam, and he is a trainer. And Adam he put together a plan for George. George is very knowledgeable in himself, but one of our pillars actually is accountability / coaching. And he does take that seriously, and I take it seriously. I have a coach in my life as well, in different areas of my life, actually. So that's why he's having a few extra calories there, and I can make fun of him for it because he's on a program. But my metabolism's a little bit different, and I don't work that way, but that's okay. We're all built a little different. But I live through him when he's able to eat 1,000 calories at a meal.
Well, listen. It's not like I'm having, and it's not like I'm having whatever I want. You know what I mean? Like, when I talk about I'm having a pound of beef with brown rice and quinoa, the brown rice and quinoa is already like, I'm just reheating that. It's organic. I heat it up in a pouch, so it's organic brown rice and quinoa. And then the ground beef, salt, pepper, garlic powder, guys.
Easy.
And honestly, it's probably a little bit leaner than 93.7 because I am a butcher. I ground up 2 pounds right before I left today. So I was able to trim off a lot of the fat.
That's awesome.
So, it's like more like 95.5. But it's not like I'm having like burgers and pizza and nachos and stuff because calories matter. Justin, did you know calories matter?
I mean, I just found out today.
Yeah.
But I did.
People are like, calories in, calories out. No, calories matter. The kind of calories you eat matter.
Yes, because some calories you consume. You can have 100 calories of a donut or 100 calories of a healthy, nutritious meal. And guess what's going to happen? That 100 calories of a donut is not as good for you. It's not as nutritious for you. It's going to cause you some problems versus 100 calories of a food that consists of or a meal consisting of protein, maybe a vegetable or some rice or something. That'll satisfy you. That'll build muscle. And that'll actually help prevent disease instead of actually bring on disease. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Absolutely. So, and let's reeling all the way back to change. When people go through change, it is very easy to just throw your hands up without any kind of grounding, without any kind of backing, and just say, screw it all. I'm going to do whatever I want. And we created these 10 pillars, and we advocate for these 10 pillars, and we will harp on these 10 pillars. I ran out of sayings.
We're going to harp so much, George. We're going to harp hard.
Yes, because we're going to harp harder than David did in Saul's royal room. Appreciate you. Thank you.
He's here all night. But
we need these. We need these. We need this structure, because when we fall, we falter, we stumble in the dark. We got to have something to pull us back from the edge.
Right on. I love that. Yep, something to pull us back, something to give us a foundation. And so we're gonna read through them. We're not gonna talk about every key point, but we'll talk about the 10 pillars that we have named, that we've come up with. And I really feel, George really feels, they will target every person who is potentially learning or wanting to learn or wanting to actually go through with a healthy lifestyle. From the weightlifter to the person who wants to lose fat, to the person who wants longevity, to the person who wants to get healthier at the cell level, you name it. This is for every person, because it's a universal, but you can make universal individualized because it looks different. If I say, hey, we're going to go on a healthy dietary plan, that's universal. But your healthy dietary plan may look like you're trying to lose fat. Some others might try to gain muscle, and calorie differences will be had there. You get what I'm saying? So, but still, you're still eating calories and going on a particular healthy program, if you will, or dietary approach. So, George, we're going to walk through these. I'm going to name a couple. You have them up in front of you as well. And I'll just take maybe 30 seconds on each. But the first one I want to talk about is nutrition as fuel, not comfort. So that's the first pillar we've come up with. And that's the thing. The universal part of it is this: nutrition as fuel. So no matter who you are, if you're trying to lose fat and you're trying to lose the pounds, you need healthy nutrition to make sure you have enough fuel for the body so you don't tank out, so you don't crash, so you don't want to eat in overabundance later. And if you're the weightlifter who's trying to gain a bunch of muscle, you need the nutrition as fuel because you want to put on that muscle, you want to put on that strength, you want to put on that size, and you also want to melt the fat along the way. So important. And I love the part we added. It's nutrition as fuel, not comfort. So everybody can look at that and they can say, I am not going to consume food to comfort myself. I'm going to consume food as a fuel to help my body thrive at optimal level, no matter where I'm at with things. The second one I want to talk about is daily movement for life. No matter who you are, you need to move your body. If you have an active job like George, he's going to be up and down. He's going to be carrying cases and loads of meat. He's going to be on his knees, back up, lifting, all the things, and he's walking around all day long. He has activity, and on top of that, he goes to the gym, he does his exercises, sometimes he'll go for some walks on top of it, things like that. So he is doing his thing, so daily movement for life, because movement is essential for longevity, movement is essential for building muscle, and movement is essential for losing fat. Who would have thought, right? So it's important that we move our bodies. George, what do we have for 3 and 4?
Well, I love how you gave me number 3. I'm all about number 3. Strength training builds resilience. Let me tell you this, guys. Muscle, having more muscle on your frame, you will live longer and you will have a better quality of life. That is scientific fact. Hands down, mic drop. Send me home. I'm done. Like, you need muscle. Men, women, I don't care who you are. Granny, get in the gym and deadlift. Let's go.
Right. That's
so
right.
I just love how I've talked with some women and they're like, I just don't want to lift heavy. I don't want to get bulky. And I tell them, I wish that was the problem.
Right.
I wish I could just touch a weight and just get massive.
That's
but
amazing.
I love it. But, no matter who you are, seriously, in all genuine sincerity, make sure you lift some weights. Now, you don't have to be going in there and every vein in your body pops because you're deadlifting 200 pounds. You know what I mean? Just go in and do something. Build muscle, because the more muscle you have, the better quality of life you will have. I've seen too many people who should not be using the carts at Walmart, or you know what I mean? Or people who are in their 60s and they're walking like in their 80s. All of this muscle training, because muscle will do a couple things. It will enhance your metabolism. The more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism will run. People are like, why can George eat so much? Because I have muscle.
He's flexing again, guys.
I had to do it one time.
Every episode.
Well, at least once.
Twice.
But muscle increases your metabolism. Why? Muscle burns more energy than fat does. Because muscle has muscle fibers and you're moving and you're working. Fat is storage, muscle is use.
I love that.
It will also, yep. See, sometimes it just comes out, man.
You're such a poet with this whole thing.
It's because I'm friends with you.
Tell me more.
It also increases your mobility, right? Now, you can have muscle and you can be as stiff as a brick. Or you can actually use that muscle for something important. There's a couple of exercises that I do that increase my mobility, i.e. full range of motion. Adam, if you're watching this, full range of motion, we get after it. Why do we do full range of motion? So that not only can we activate the muscle, but we can also get your tendons used to that muscle. Because if you do not do full range of motion, if you do not enhance your mobility as you build muscle, the more muscle you build, your tendons do not grow. Your tendons adapt to the muscle that you build and add to your frame.
Bro is taking us to school right now. Come on.
So if you do not lift, if you do lift, but you do not stretch and do mobility, you will look jacked. You will not be able to break parallel on your knees, right? Strong muscles protects joints, bones, and your heart, right? More muscle, more blood flow. More blood flow, better heart activity you will have. And even light resistance creates a huge health gain over time. We're not saying that you need to go like 5 days a week, full body, getting after it. Actually, you know what, Jay? It's proven that you can, to keep the muscle that you have, you only need to go to the gym and do one full body workout once every 2 weeks.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's all you have to keep. To keep. That's all you got to do. And to build, all you got to do is go at least 3 times.
And even at home. Even at home.
Even at home.
Don't want to go to the gym, yeah.
Justin, what do I always say? What is more impressive? Bench pressing 135 pounds on a bench press or 200-pound dude doing 25 push-ups?
You always say the 200-pound dude.
I always say the 200-pound dude doing 25 push-ups. It's more weight. And quite honestly, you activate more stabilizer muscles, and it's cardio.
This guy just went off. Okay, I feel like I ripped people off on point 1 and 2. I'm going in for like 30 seconds. Bro went on for 5 minutes. But this is good. I want you guys to see something, though. That's his avenue. That's his lane. That's what he loves, and that's what he's passionate about. So it's going to come out. And no harm there. I'm just saying, it's kind of cool. I like how you really nailed that out. That could be a whole podcast on itself. So we need to like tag this and say, hey, let's do an episode on this and expand that out, because there's a lot there we just said. But guess what? It's part of the 10, almost said 5. It's part of the 10 pillars. Let's try this again. We don't edit. One of the 10 pillars that we have here at 600 pounds down. I love it, George. What's number 5?
Well, so with number 4, that was number 3. So I'm going to go to number 4.
Oh, sorry. I'm really, see, we're not editing. This is great.
So sleep and recovery. Let me tell you this. Your muscles don't grow when you lift. They grow when you sleep. I'm going to tell you this too. 8 to 7 hours is okay. 8 hours is optimal. You dip below 6, your body only recovers 65% in totality. Justin, did you know that when you sleep, it is the only time your body recovers 100% from the previous day?
I can tell you this. When I had very bad insomnia issues the last couple of years, I mean, it's gotten a lot better. I noticed things have changed in my body when I didn't get a good enough sleep. I didn't lose fat like I wanted to. I didn't gain muscle like I wanted to. I didn't feel good. All the things. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
So 3 things, 3 key points. Sleep heals the hormones, brain, and the heart. And I'm going to tell you here are some signs that you will be able to notice if you are not getting enough sleep. Sleep heals hormones. If you feel bloated the next day, if you feel insatiably hungry the next day, if your self-control is in the pooper the next day, I can tell you right now, you did not get enough sleep. If you have brain fog, if you're forgetful, if you're wandering and you can't focus, did you get enough sleep? Probably not. And sometimes if you don't get enough sleep long enough, you start having heart palpitations. It's called AFib or PVC.
Yep.
And that can really start affecting, honestly, everything. I've noticed that if I don't get enough sleep over the course of 2 or 3 days, my chest is tight, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
My chest is tight, and I feel funny. It's like a fluttering right beneath my sternum.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
there's something about the nervous system that develops too when you don't get enough sleep and recovery. I forget, is it the central nervous system or the autonomic? I forget.
Central nervous system.
But there's it might be.
Central nervous system is lifting. I think the other one is what we're talking about.
I just lost the word. But that being said, whatever type of system of the nervous system gets impacted there, what happens is your body starts getting more high alert. Okay, and then when you don't sleep, it makes it even worse. And then there you go. It messes with hormones, like he just was saying. And I noticed that if I have nights where I don't sleep, My PVCs or skipped heartbeats, flutters just happen out of nowhere sometimes, and it's just miserable. And you can't work out like you want to just because you don't want to feel weird. Yeah, I hear that, man. That's so rest is really vital for us to get healthier.
And in your nervous system, it's electrical impulses, right? Your nervous system sends out electrical impulses to let your body know what to do and how to handle things, right? So think of when you have a serious, so the central nervous system and the CNS, right? So I did trap bar deadlifts yesterday. Okay, trap bar deadlifts is when you do a wide deadlift and it's a frame, and you basically deadlift off to the side. That deadlifts and squats both incur the entire body's CNS, or the central nervous system. That's why you got to have a significant amount of rest times between sets, like 2 to 3 minutes if you're lifting like to failure, because your body can only exist in DEFCON 1 for so long. Because if you keep sending out electrical impulses, and you don't calm your body down long enough for everything to dissipate, your body can only exist in DEFCON 1 for so long, and it's going to crash.
Man, that's the thing. I mean, you have to rest. You do. It's like you said, so long. Like you have like a program. Like, hey, you gotta. Like sometimes you gotta restart the computer, right? It's gotta rest. Give it some time.
And it's part of the program. It's part of the program. People are like, oh, I can't work out today. I gotta rest. No, that's part of the program.
Yeah, you need to rest. You need to rest. Sometimes I go through seasons where I don't, and I need to, and I can tell. I was kind of looking it up as you were talking to. Yeah, so it's the autonomic nervous system.
See, you say it, and I remember.
Yes, I was like, I know the words.
We're speaking in tongues over there.
That's the wrong podcast. The wrong podcast. We'll go on to the next one. No, professional fitness. Yeah, let's target our number 5 and number 6 here. Hydration. Hydration's number 5. This is something, and hydration is for healing. It's not only for your body in general to operate at an optimal level, but it's also to help your body really just function the way it should function. It helps your body, it helps your skin become healthier. It helps your metabolism function higher. It gets rid of toxins. Almost lost a word there. Toxins. You can tell it's been a long day. We're still doing this thing, but
we're here for the people, man. We're here for the people.
It's all good. Actually, it helps me when we're imperfect. It actually helps build me because I'm a perfectionist sometimes. So it's actually really good. But yeah, hydration is a key point. I think a lot of people think if I just drink a little bit of water, it's good enough. I think the average, what was the average? 64 ounces a day or less is what most Americans will drink. And that also consists of other beverages as well. But the reality is water is very, very important and vital. And I'm talking like pure water or carbonated water with no additional sugars and things like that in it. You have to have clean water, pure water, something that's going to be really good for you, and nothing containing sugar and caffeine, because caffeine actually dehydrates you, my friend. It does. So you don't want to overconsume that. But the good thing about hydration, it keeps the blood volume steady. That's what you really, really want. It actually less volume, less stress on the heart, which we really care about. We should, because we want to function good. It actually supports your metabolism because it raises your body temperature. If you drink colder water, especially, raises your body temperature, helps you to have more of a thermal effect. It's not a ton, but it's a little bit extra where it helps burn a few more calories. And it helps to flush bad things, and it helps to build metabolism up a little bit. All that stuff together. And when you actually drink water, it can help carry nutrition to your cells and nutrition to your muscle the way it's supposed to. In fact, a lot of your muscle is built up of water as well. You need water for your muscles. And some people who only have a little bit of water a day, you're not doing yourself a lot of justice by doing that. And if you have dehydration, what happens? Well, we're talking a lot about like PVCs and flutter and things like that. So if you're a person who might be struggling with maybe some heart arrhythmias and things, sometimes just the smallest point of dehydration can cause some of that to happen. And that's not just like lack of water, it's also lack of electrolytes, which is something we should all look out for. Also, if you are dehydrated, if you don't have enough water in the body, if you're not hydrated enough, the problems can come into play, like maybe you crave more food. There's many times where I thought I was hungry, George, and I wasn't. I was actually just wanting some ice water, and my body was like, oh, that was sufficient. That's all I needed at that time. Sounds crazy, but it really is a thing. And people who actually don't drink enough water, they tend to be more fatigued. And when you start hydrating better, you get less fatigue. You have more energy. I love Energized Health because we really get into the bottom line of dehydration and hydrating the cells. And so we do talk about that often, and we'll have some links in the show notes if you want to learn more about hydration at the cellular level with Energized Health. But all around the board, so important to drink your water, so important to get some electrolytes in, so important to make sure you're doing this and taking it seriously, and just avoiding those coffee energy drinks. Like some, I mean, you can have some, but if that's your staple and you don't have enough water, that's not a good place to be. It really is not a good place to be.
Rule of thumb: no fun drinks till after you drink your water.
That's good. Yeah. That sometimes is a chore
That's
for
my
people.
rule.
That's good. Yeah. I've given up so many beverages outside of water these days. I don't even know. I think I get maybe some electrolyte drinks sometimes, but other than that, I don't think I've had a soda in a long time. I just don't. I mean, you used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah,
You put
The
them out. You
nectar.
kept it in business, homie.
the nectar of the gods.
Nectar of the gods. So, yeah, go ahead.
Well, you talk about drinking your water. If you drink enough water, it's gonna be very hard to want to drink anything else. So I drink about 135 ounces of water a day.
That's great.
So it's hard. Like after my morning coffee, I drink my 135 ounces of water. I don't have any other kind of liquid until after I drink 135 ounces of water. And then I'll have like an Arnold Palmer Zero. I don't really drink soda anymore either. I just kind of, it wasn't necessarily a decision. It just kind of tapered off. It made my tummy hurt. Like,
You okay? You tell me okay, dude.
dude, it feels like anytime I drink soda now, it feels like little volcanoes going off in my stomach.
That's not a good sign.
No,
Like,
because
you're
it's like the acidity, because my body's just not used to it. It's black coffee and water is what I usually drink, Jay. So it's like introducing any kind of like synthetics, it just messes with me.
Yeah.
So I'll
So
drink like a
hydration
glass
with
of
water.
Yeah, if I want to have like a glass of Arnold Palmer Zero, a gallon will last me a week. After I drink all that water. Listen, water out of the tap, that's free, guys.
Sure is. Sure is. I love that.
It is cost effective.
Yeah, and it's really. I mean, if you even have a water filter, it's easy to get. You take a water filter, and yes, some will take out more impurities and others, and that's just do your research on that. I'm not one to look into that too deeply. I know Zero water filter is amazing, but there are some even better ones out there. I use just a Pure or the Brita, and it just takes out some of the contaminants and things. I know it's not perfect, but I'm not going to be a water snob right now. There are reasons why you should take more serious though when it comes to what you're doing with your water, but let's not about this episode though. So we're going to move on. Number 6. So moving on. So hydration is good for healing, guys, and good for you. But the 6th one we want to talk about today is managing stress and anxiety before they manage you. And I'm a big advocate for that because I gained my weight because of anxiety. I gained my weight because of stress and because I thought I was going to die. And I allowed life to get to a really bad place. I medicated with food. I medicated with video games. I medicated with computers. And I didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. And it held me in captivity to myself, which is not good, but anxiety and stress can destroy your progress. And that's why it's on here. That's why it's one of the pillars. Because if everything's physical, and you notice we just talked a ton about physical, but most of the other ones here are going to be more than physical. So when people sign up for a program or they go into this endeavor and they want to change their lives, get healthier, fit, and all the things, they think, I'm going to do all these things and be so perfect, and that's it. Well, guess what? That doesn't last forever. That's only a season of your life. It's only a matter of time for your mind is no longer behind what you're doing. It's a matter of time for you to get discouraged. It's a matter of time before you get anxious about what you have to do next because there's so many things. I got to drink this much water. I have to take this supplement. I have to do that. I have to walk how many steps a day? I have to lift how many times a week? You got all these things that go on in your head and you're like, oh man, on top of that, I got kids to raise. I have a spouse at home. I have to work. I got to do education I got to look into. All the stuff, the real life stuff. And if you're involved in church and you want to get involved and serve and help, you want to make money, like there's a lot of stressors, George. There's a lot of stressors. And so if we don't have the stressors under control and we're not managing our stress and managing the anxiety, they're going to manage you. And when they manage you, you're in some trouble, because what's going to happen? It's going to rob you of your success, and you're going to have hormone issues. There's stress hormones, man, like the cortisol hormone, right? So that's the hormone, the fight or flight response. That's going to be elevated, and that's going to make you hold on to weight. You don't want to do that. It holds on to the fat. We don't want that. The adrenaline that just rises in our bodies that cause chaos to our hormones, chaos to our organs, chaos to our bodies in general. And that can trigger fat storage. That can trigger tiredness and fatigue and even arrhythmias in the heart. Or, I mean, people become depressed over time with this, and it can rob their jobs and their insomnia. All the things begin to happen. If you can't manage this, then you're in some trouble. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to do this overnight, because it's not going to be released overnight. George, there's time it took for your body to peak to the anxiety it's at today. It took days, months, years, hours, minutes to make this thing happen. So you're not going to lose the anxiety most of the time overnight. It's going to be a process to make it happen. But it's a work and a struggle. I've been reading this book called Switch On My Brain, Switch On Your Brain. And it really takes you through a thought pattern process to create new neural pathways in the brain to help you overcome anxiety, to help you overcome stressors, and to think a little bit differently. And I love how she uses scripture. She uses the word of God to kind of go in there and match what science says about everything. And actually, God's word talked about it first. So she matches it up with that very, very well. And it's a brain detox plan. Amazing. But it can help you. And so if you guys want to thrive, and part of the anxiety, part of these stressors, part of that also would be listening to the lies of diet culture too, and thinking you have to be this perfect to thrive and succeed. And it's not true. In fact, George and I, we have developed plans to help people, and they're very giving plans. They're not like so restrictive to where, yeah, you only can have like one apple a day and you can lick a spoon of peanut butter. That is it. Like, we're not doing that. You don't have to be enslaved to that, man. You don't have to be enslaved to that. So you're going to learn, and we're going to teach you in the whole manage stress and anxiety. We're going to teach you, how to be still in your mind so you can get through it. So I don't want to keep going on with that. George, what else do we have?
So we have pillar number 7, spiritual alignment and purpose. All right. Health is incomplete without spiritual grounding. Now, you might have your faith, but here at 600 pounds down, Justin and I, we want to urge you to look to Christ. Jesus Christ is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and to believe in him is to have true and everlasting life. So we would encourage you with faith and with purpose. That anchors your discipline when motivation fails. Because let me tell you this, motivation's a leaf in the wind. As quickly as it came is as quickly as it'll go. And we love it. But here's the thing, Jay. We love it when it's there. And I don't want to downplay motivation, because motivation is great. I love motivation. Sometimes motivation is the thing that really kicks you. It is the thing that really kicks your butt into gear, and it really gets you up and moving. But man, what happens on that day where you get the unexpected bill, or your kid is just driving you nuts, or you and your spouse have a blowout fight and you say things you don't mean? What's going to ground you then? Because I'm going to tell you right now, your health and fitness motivation is probably not there.
Right.
So what is? Well, The Rock. Jesus.
And not Dwayne Johnson. Not Dwayne
not
Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. No, he's the Pebble now. Did you know?
Got ourselves Jesus. Yeah, man, I love that.
So healing is not just physical, guys. If it's just physical, it's going to fade as quickly as it got there. It's heart and it's soul. So we would encourage you, start the day with a verse from the Bible, with prayer, or just, talk out loud to God. God, thank you for today. Thank you for my spouse. Thank you for my kids. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my job. And if you want to know more about what I think about all this, Confessional Fitness on Spotify.
There you go. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. It's great. That's good.
Oh, man.
I love it. Yeah, spiritual alignment and purpose is so vital, guys. George, I will second that. And if you guys don't have that faith, if you have never explored that avenue with God and you talking to Jesus and just kind of giving your life over to Him, there's something special about that. And it kind of makes pillar number six, 30 times, 40 times, 100 times easier,
100%.
because that brings peace when nothing else will. And I'll leave it at that.
If you have, if you're a Christian, I would encourage you to lean into your faith. If you're not a Christian, I would encourage you, if you have Christian friends, talk to them about this. I would encourage you, check out maybe a local church in your area. We got church tomorrow.
Yep.
But we're probably not listening to this tonight. But anyway, we're not live. Oops.
Oopsie.
But check out a local church in your area. Just check it out. Go in, see what's up.
Yeah, and it kind of helps you right there, because what you just said goes into number 8, actually.
It does. Yes, community and accountability. Let me tell you this: no man is an island. Okay, isolation, it breeds relapse. But if you try to live this life, white knuckle this thing on your own, dreams are paved with good intentions. You can have a dream to do this, do that, be more healthy, be more fit, lose the weight. But then if you're by yourself, because let me tell you this, you can talk yourself to almost anything. You are a great deceiver of self, and which ends up being, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yep. Procrastination City.
Oh, dude, we are the mayors of Procrastination City. I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, straight up. I shared this in the Facebook group, 600 Pounds Down. Go check out the 600 Pounds Down Facebook group. Free to join. Wonderful things in there. Shared this. One of the reasons that I had Adam Pulio as my coach, and I've been so thankful for Justin as well. Guys, I was this close. I'm going through probably the most ridiculously hard time I have ever experienced in my life, and it's still going. This close from just kind of throwing in the towel and just throwing up my hands and saying, screw it all, I'm done. I was very, very close, but I had Justin, and this is what we do, and I love what we do, and I want to keep doing what we do because I truly believe in it. And I contacted Adam. I'm like, bro, I need you to pull me back from the brink, because I'm not in the gym. I'm not eating good, and I need someone I'm scared to offend. Like, I need someone that I'm scared to tell them that I'm jacking it up. Yeah. So be my coach.
He's like, gladly.
It's like, so, I'm back in the gym 4 days a week. My eating's on point. My physique's already starting to look better. My water intake is great. I'm back on the whole food bandwagon, and I'm able to handle life's difficulties a whole lot better. And plus, when you are in community, it makes you want to pursue it.
Yeah.
So like if you're like in community, if you got your friends, you got your family. I'm a Christian, so I got my church. I'm intentionally trying to be more involved in my church. I took my kids to the church this past Wednesday. Helped Bob, my friend Bob, who goes to the church. We set up the new drum kit and calibrate it. It's an electric drum kit. So just being involved, and I took my kids. I'm like, hey guys, let's go to church. Why? It's Wednesday. Because we're going to be helpful.
That's good.
So it was also a great teaching opportunity. But having mentors, coaches, friends who support you in what you want to do is going to make you a whole lot more streamlined in this success. So, because what accountability does, it turns intentions into decisions. And those decisions become evident in your life. Intentions become decisions, become life change.
Yeah, that's really good. And I love when George talked about his journey there. Interestingly enough, I don't think we were doing many episodes of 600 Pounds Down at the point you were struggling. I think we kind of.
I just was having a rough get.
Go, man. That's the thing. So interestingly enough, we need that community because it keeps us in check. And and the good news is this: true warriors, true people who want to see change, they might let go of their grip a little bit, and it might be for a small season, but they don't stay down. Because here's the difference with George versus the normal person. When George sees that he's slipping, he may, same with me, we may fall a little bit, we might scrape our knee, we might bump our elbow or something, But once we feel the pain, we know we need to go backwards. We need to go back and revisit what happened. We need to go back and say, oh, this isn't working. I need help. I can't go back where I was. If I were to go back to where I was, I'm going to be back at, George, 130 pounds more than you are now, right? In a bad way, not muscle, fat. And Justin would be 600 pounds heavier and probably on his deathbed. So there's something about maturity in the walk we have, and accountability and community really keep us intact. So I just commend George for his decision to not stay down and to not use it as an excuse to just go backwards, because he didn't. He found help, which is amazing.
And here's why I say all this, guys. The only difference between me and you is I'm behind the mic. That's really the only difference. I'm behind the mic and I have a compelling personality, you know,
and nice hair.
Oh, it's on point. Thanks.
Yeah, literally.
God and I have a deal. I'm not losing it.
I won't know how that deal. We're going to talk about how that deal went down. Okay, so that's all.
That's just Widow's Peaks, Jay. It's just Widow's Peaks. That's all. But yeah, guys, that's the only difference is I'm doing the podcast and I'm talking to you. That's really it. Really, Justin, you want to think about what we do. We take inventory of all the crap that we did in our life, we reverse it, and then we tell other people about it.
It's that easy.
That's really what we do. It's super simple.
Yeah. Really, that's all we have to do, guys. It's just, anybody can do it too. That's the beautiful thing. It's like you can just take your story and mix it up and show people there's a way to get out of it, way to get through it. Yeah. I love that. All right, we're going to settle with two more here. Kind of finish off. We're getting close to that hour mark. And so there are two more pillars that we're going to mention. And number 9 would be the mental fitness and growth. Mental fitness and growth. Why is that important? Again, we're going back to the mental part. We're going back to the disciplinaries of the mental fitness levels, so we can overcome the addiction to food, so we can overcome the sluggishness that we develop and say, I don't want to go to the gym today, or I don't want to work out today, I don't want to go for a walk today, I don't want to X, Y, Z today, right? We need to develop a mental toughness to get our mind fit enough to get through and pass the weak moments. If you have it's just like a muscle, man. If you're going to go do some bench pressing or some bicep curls and you have not done it in, let's see, about 3 months, 4 months, and you're used to it, you go try to lift that same max number you were trying to lift in the first place, you're going to be sorely mistaken, embarrassed a little bit, and probably hurt. It's just, I've tried it before. I'm like, why can't I do that like I used to? I used to rev up this real easy on the bench press, and then I was like two in, George, and it was on my chest. It was a decline bench press one time, and I'm like, I got this. I've done this before, and I don't even know what was on it. I think it was 45 on each side plus the bar, so whatever. And I haven't done it in a while. So I get on there. I'm like, all right, I'm 4 in, thinking I'm going to go 10. I get to like maybe 5 or 6. I can't remember the exact number, but I was like, oh, and it landed right on my chest. And I'm in a big decline. And so I'm like trying, and I couldn't get it off my chest. So I had to have somebody come. I'm glad there was 2 other people there, because I'm like, yeah, that wasn't going anywhere.
I'm not bailing out of this.
There's no crawling underneath it.
It's like I'm meeting Jesus right now, man.
Right. It's coming over the throat. It's going over the throat. It was bad.
Well, dude, like yesterday, I used to be able to do 320 pounds on the trap bar for reps, 3 sets of 10. And so I did, warm up set, 45 plate on each side on the trap bar. Oh yeah, I got this. So I throw 2 more on a side. So I'm at 320, right? I do 2, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't happening.
That was yesterday, George. That was yesterday.
So I took a 45 off each side, and I did 225, 3 reps of 6 to 8, because that's my strength movement. And I was like gassed, like in a good way. Like it fatigued me in a good way.
Yeah.
But
if your mind was not in a good place, though, you could easily defeat yourself in that moment, right? If your mental fitness wasn't there, if you wouldn't know, like, okay, I might not be where I was here, but I'm striving for that again, or I'm going to get there. And you can develop that resiliency that you need in your mind to do that stuff. So, no, that's a really good example. And the other thing is, too, we criticize ourselves very easily. And that you could have done that too, and I could have done that too. It's with my personal fitness journey as well. And it's never going to be good enough. Oh, we're never going to be able to be like that guy, and that's or that gal, and that's a comparison trap. which happens if we don't, and we allow it to get to us so much if we don't have our mind fit enough to overcome those moments and those thought processes. We tend to react instead of respond, which reactions lead to negative results most of the time. Unless you're running from a bear, that's a good reaction. But a reaction upon emotion is usually not something you should probably be looking into and doing. But, have a growth mindset. That's part of the mental fitness and growth mindset. Learn and improve. Don't say, I'll always fail. That's just different. I will do this. I will learn to get stronger. I will learn to eat healthier. I will learn to drink more water. I will learn to move my body more instead of I never can. I never can. I never will. I never want to, things like that. So that's so vital to control your mind. And then number 10, consistency over perfection. And that's a really good one to end on, actually, because we have a ton of comparison, like we just talked about a moment ago, in our lives. And if we are not careful, we can become perfectionists on our own journey. And if it's not good enough, it's never good enough. And that's not healthy, guys. That's a robber. That's a satanic strategy. There is a spiritual world out there besides things we see in this world, right? This is a physical we see, but there's also spiritual aspects of this life too. And there's a spiritual scene behind the scenes. If you pull all the physical back, there are spiritual beings in the area. And there are spiritual beings at work in our lives. And there's a lot of demonic influence in our lives. The devil's, one of his strategies in life is to help you decide who you are not. And that's real. It's to help you decide who you aren't. And we listen all the time. When you feel bad, when you feel like it comes with comparison, it comes with perfectionism, it hits the person. It says, you have a little devil. You ever see those little cartoons? It's more than this, by the way, but just a little world example, if you will, that we've all probably are familiar with. Little devil on the shoulder that says, you're never going to do that rep. You're never going to have a hair like George. You're never going to eat healthy. You're always going to give into that cookie when it's made. You're never going to get out of the office and go right home. You're always going to stop at the bar. You're always going to stop and get a pizza. You're never going to compete. You'll never do that. And those are just negative thoughts that most people will believe because that's how they feel. But the truth is, God sees you differently, and he's created you for more. And there's a lot more to life than how you're feeling. Emotions are a gauge, but they're not the answer. They're a gauge. They're to show you that, okay, something's off, something might not be okay. Anger is a given. You should be angry at times. There's a righteous anger we all should have here and there. Sadness has a season. You're allowed to be sad here and there. There's all those emotions are normal, but when you end up taking those emotions and living those emotions and making them your identity, then now we're going to be in some problems. We're going to be in some trouble. And so we're going to try to help with this whole 10 pillar project that we worked on here. We're going to help you understand that perfection is not necessary. It's just consistency. It's commitment. And George, I'll give you go ahead and give your 2 cents on that. I know you have a lot to say on that, but try not to be too long because we got to go here soon.
I was going to say, we got to check the time. I'm just going to say, guys, we are the B-side of the health and fitness realm. We are the unpopular side because we offer everything that the human condition does not want, right? Mm-hmm. Slow boil change, minute changes. We talk about the pitfalls and the struggles. It's not a triumphant uphill steady climb. There's ebbs and flows. And we talk about how the human condition just does not like consistency. It's going to be difficult. Anything worth doing is going to be difficult. Okay?
That's good.
Like that's something we got to hold on to. We got to relearn this in society at large as well. Like greatness doesn't come without cost. Anything worth going after is going to cost you something, right? And that's when we got to realign what we value. Do I value the potato chips over my heart? Do I value the cookies over my fitness in my health, being able to walk? Guys, let me tell you this. I hated walking. I was so incredibly sedentary this, and I'm going to end on something that is going to need a lot of explanation, like on another episode. But here's what we're going to do.
Stay tuned for more.
Well, when I was 19, I had a 3-foot long blood clot in my leg from the base of my calf all the way up to my hip. I was laying in a hospital bed, 19 years old. This is while I was obese. I couldn't walk, and the blood clot had gotten my lungs. I couldn't breathe. It was like breathing through a coffee stirrer. And I was literally on a monitor because if that clot moved to my heart, they were going to have to come and crash cart me. Because a blood clot through the heart kills you. Okay? I was 19 years old. I'm literally laying in a hospital in my bed thinking to myself, is this how I'm going to die? This is how it ends. Was the 52-ounce Mountain Dew worth this? When I wasn't able to breathe and I wasn't able to walk, Justin, I cannot tell you how much I just wanted to breathe and how much I just wanted to walk. Justin, when I was in a bed for a week, when I got up and I walked, brother, I was almost moved to tears. And the only reason I wasn't is because I was a moody teenager who didn't fully appreciate it at the time.
Sure.
But let me tell you this. You are not going to treasure something until you can't do it.
Yeah.
Don't let it get there. Don't get to a place where you can't walk and you wish you could, or you can't breathe and you wish you could, or you can't see and you wish you could, because bad health decisions, yes, they do go that far.
Wow. What? This is so, that was so good. We're going to end on that, guys. Those are all reality bombs that he just dropped. And it's the choices we have to make. Where are we at? And it's a call to action. Are you going to be okay with just minimally existing, potentially costing yourself your own life? Or are you going to take action? And the action does not have to be overnight perfectionism. The action is simply one step at a time. The action is you actually taking the opportunity to say, cherish my life as a gift that God has given me, and I want to change it, and I will take a step forward today. That's all it has to start with. And then you build the momentum from there. That's the beautiful part about it, George. You build momentum by one good decision at a time. It's not cookie cutter, but that's how I put together the pillars to give you some ideas, some guidance, a roadmap, if you will, to show you that every area matters. And when we coach you, we share with you the 10 pillars. We teach you why pillar number 1 is important, but why pillar number 1 is connected to pillar number 10 once it gets to number 10. So they all coincide with one another. They live in harmony together. And if you miss one, you're incomplete. But 10 of them will not happen overnight. It's all going to be a slow progress, and that's what separates us from other, what do you want to call us, gurus of health and wellness. I don't know what you want to call us, the market of coaching, the wellness field. It separates us because we're not going to give you a pill, like George was saying. We're going to give you one step at a time to make this happen. But we promise you this, the results that we offer you with this program, with our accountability coaching, with the pillars, guess what? You're going to have more success with that long term than you would with some other person saying, all right, you're going to lose 50 pounds here, let's go. And then you're going to gain it back next year because you never really truly changed your life. You didn't change your mind. You just changed your body in a moment. It's not okay. So George, good stuff. I love it. Guys, there's a lot of hope. We want to end on a good note. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of plans. God has plans for all of us. And we tap into those, we can thrive. We can do amazing things. There really is a lot of hope out there for everyone. So if you're sitting in a position right now where you're feeling like, man, I just feel stuck, talk to us. We're here. We love you. Listen to this episode again. Rewind, play it again. Rewind, play it again. Do what you have to do. Get some momentum. There's tons of episodes we've recorded that can give you a lot of education on health and wellness. Do something on the 600 Pound Down Facebook group. Come on in and post something. Talk about your journey. We love to hear it. We love to answer those questions. You can private message us directly on Facebook. I'm available also on TikTok and on Instagram. And then, of course, you can check us out on YouTube as well. But yeah, definitely share this episode with other people. Definitely do what you have to do to make this thing count and be motivated with yourself. All right. We love you guys. All right, George, anything you want to close with today?
No, that sounds good, brother.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time on
600 Pounds Down podcast.
See you next time.